KrazyHype. This is your girl, Miss BVI 2014-2015. Me love you a long time.
Oh. So tonight, KrazyHype.com, we have Mr.
Jermaine Smith
of
Limited, One Stop Mall.
Listen, tell the people something about your professionalism and your background.
Well, my professionalism and background comes with time. It all started in Jamaica, moved to the BVI. I would like to thank the BVI people who really believe in me and helped me to grow this far.
All right. That's solid words from Mr. Jermaine. So, Mr. Jermaine, we just sat through a whole 2-3 hours plus listening to the interviews from this year's Miss BVI contestants. Were there any contestants, present tonight that wowed you and say like, all right, this contestant have my vote?
Based on the 6 contestants that I view, none of the contestants have grabbed my thought, my mind, nothing. But I think I will forgive the 6 because it's all in the persons who are working with them. Sometimes the person who are working with them are lacking certain training, so they are unable to pass down certain training to these girls. These 6 girls, I think, presently miss the mark of being ready, and I hoping they would get that mark to be ready.
So, in plain color, we just ain't ready, yeah? So listen, what would you have done as a coach differently to, develop all of the contestants?
Well, first thing, number 1, public speaking is the key. And if you, as an individual, don't engage yourself in public speaking, you are not lacking. You are not able to talk to your people. You are not able to be an ambassador. Secondly, you have to read a lot. And reading gives you knowledge. And if you don't have knowledge of your country, you are unable to deliver in any form of interview. 3 questions was asked, and none of the questions wasn't nailed tonight, and they are day-to-day questions that in the territory, and down to the babes know about this. If they watch Channel 55, it's right there on a day-to-day basis.
What was the question that did it for you, like the question and answer actually? That did it for you, like you're like, nah, this gone too far, they ain't ready. Was it the answer where Ashalika said that we needed more treadmills for, energy?
Well, when it comes on to the stage and light, you can be nervous. But the good thing about Ashalika, she rebounded when she mentioned the treadmill. But if you should look into it, the treadmill can produce energy. If you dig deep. But she did not mean the treadmill. She means the windmill.
The windmill. Listen. I strongly listen. Everybody ignoring it. She corrected herself and she said the treadmill. But what do you think if we got a treadmill, hook it up to some electricity like one of them hamsters, we get some big old batteries and we preserve some energy and have Miss Ashalika run on top of some hill and produce that energy?
Well, I don't think she's physically trained. Probably we'll check Miss British Virgin Islands 2014, 2015 for that, because I think with a body like Miss British Virgin Islands 2014, 2015, she can produce that amount of energy because it has been shown in Miss Universe, it has been shown in Miss JC as well.
So, moving on from all of this, so we're saying now is that none of the contestants have that body from our reigning Miss BVI 2014.
No, I don't think they have that body to produce that energy at all. And get back to the question that you had, the question that you think should be nailed, it's the expansion of the airport. I think they should nail that question because that is like a day-to-day topic, and you can see whenever you go to the airport that the traffic is really slow at the airport comparing to other airport that has been visiting. So you can see the amount of tourists that comes to the BVI on a day-to-day basis because of the locking of space at our airport.
All right, there you have it. Words from a wise man. He sat there, he wasn't impressed, and we just have to go back to the drawing board with our contestants, so to speak. So we have here
Miss Junior British Virgin
and
Mr. GQ 2015.
Mr. GQ. So we have you saying he's Mr. GQ. I's Mr. GQ saw.
Okay, right, okay.
So we just came out of the, Miss BVI answering questions and interviews. Were there any contestant that wowed you guys? No? So you trying to tell us?
did well. All of them did well to me. All did well. They did exceptional well.
Let me hear it from Mr. GQ, because you sound like you ain't sure. Mr. GQ, the question lies for you. Was there any contestant this year that answered any question to your standards? Is like, wow, she have it in the bag based on her.
Ashalaka, she felt very comfortable and very relaxed with her questions, and also Dominic, she felt, even though she answered really short, she went straight to the point and was very comfortable with what she was saying.
But from my observation, Dominic, she took quite a while to answer some of the questions. Do you think that was a strategy that she was trying to gather her thoughts, or you just feel like she didn't know some of the questions, she was just stalling?
No, she was gathering her thoughts, because she answered it. If you didn't know, you didn't answer properly, but she answered properly, so I think she was gathering her thoughts.
Well, it was about 5 minutes before she answered that question. You could agree with that. It was about 5 minutes, right?
That don't mean anything.
Okay. What about Ashalika saying that, you need more treadmills to produce more?
And she meant windmills. She made a mistake and she corrected herself.
Windmills?
Yes, she corrected herself.
Okay, but treadmills is a big mistake to make, So now we have here Misty Cora. She ran for Miss BVI last year. She come to sit down with the rest of the contestants this year to answer their interviews, right?
No, I just came to hear the answers.
Oh, you just came to hear the answer?
Yes.
There were any answers that made you think about this contestant like, wow, she's intelligent?
Well, the most that stood out to me was number 1, number 2, and number 4.
Oh, so that's who you think the competition is between?
Well, the intellectual part of the competition.
Or the
Walk away with Miss Intellect.
Oh, so what do you think about the previous Miss BVI?
Well, Janine and I are very close, seeing that we ran well last year. And we still have a very close relationship, and I think that she's representing the territory very well.
So why aren't you running for Miss BVI this year?
I'm still reigning as Miss Virgin Gorda. I want to end my reign very well, and I consider running again for Miss British Virgin Islands in a couple more years.
So, apart from this year, what you think you would have over the other contestants that's running this year?
Experience. However, seeing that Miss Christian and Miss Parsons already ran, I would say with the other girls it would be experience. So therefore the competition, if I was to run this year, the competition would have been a bit stiff, because seeing that I would have really wanted it, I would have worked hard for it, and I would have put on a show.
So what I just get from you is you won, they didn't.
In my mind, I won, they didn't.
They didn't, so they didn't even stand a chance, because Tikora been winning things, and y'all just ain't been winning nothing, so let a better man win, right? So we have here the Miss Georgeous winner. That was held in Virgin Gorda, right?
Yes, it was.
And you won by a landslide. I will close.
A landslide.
Landslide to you, because nobody won on your level, right?
I won't say that, but I got every segment except 2.
So why aren't you running for the Miss BVI this year?
I did it before, and I'm past the age, and I have a kid.
Oh, you passed the age?
Yes.
So y'all will fall?
Yes.
Okay, about the questions tonight and all what you've heard, is there any contestant that wowed you with their answer?
I would, if I had a choice to pick, I would pick number 1 or number 2.
Number 1 or number 2?
Yes, I think they were quite fluent and they have a good look on stage.
So that's how you feel like that's how this whole competition gonna go. Nobody else, they don't stand a chance. It's just number 1 and number 2.
That's just my opinion.
That's
yes.
your opinion. That's my opinion. That's your opinion.
Yes, that's my opinion.
Okay, cool. What you think they should have said more or even better, like to capture the views of, you know?
I just think that the promotional segment should have been a bit more creative. I think everybody probably just stood up there and speak, and I know that the promotional segment is all about selling the BVI in a creative manner, and I saw about one creative style up there tonight.
Okay, so what do you think about contestant Ashelika saying that we need to, you know, get more treadmills to produce energy?
I think it was just a simple error on her.
It was a simple error.
Yes, it's tough out there when you have the audience oohing and eyeing when they ask you the question and you're about to answer and you make that little stumble. The audience, very, very tough to deal with.
So it was a little stumble.
I think so.
To me, it's a big stumble because now, listen, if you run a treadmill, right? I mean, you stumble, you fall, you come off the treadmill. She's technically correct that treadmills do, you know, produce energy, right?
Yes.
So, you're here with KrazyHype.com, and you just came out of the segment of, you know, the interviews with the contestants for this year's Miss BVI 2015. So, what are your views on most of the contestants?
Well, we have 6 lovely contestants, and I think that tonight we got a sneak peek at what we're going to be receiving on Sunday. So I'm excited. They're intellectual. They're very humble young ladies. We can see that from tonight, and I think we're going to be in for a good show.
Do you think that any of the contestants were on your level?
I won't say anything to that question. But no, I think that with time, everything comes naturally. For me, when I was crowned Miss BVI, a lot would say the same thing. When I first started off, I was rough. I was a diamond in the rough, and now I'm beautifully polished. And that took time. It takes a lot of time.
Takes a lot of time. So in blind color, you're just saying they ain't ready yet. They need to grow a little bit more and then come back to the table. Yeah.
But whoever's the lucky young lady, she'll be able to have the experience when she attends these different events. When she attends these different pageants, she'll get the maturity that she needs. She'll get the self-confidence that she needs. She'll get the poise and the etiquette that she needs, and then she'll be able to be just like me, and maybe even better.
Just like me. So you saying? There you go. From last year Miss BVI, she's just trying to say that I ain't ready.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it's gonna take a while. I'm not saying that I'm perfect either, because I'm still growing every day. Interview is still like my biggest problem, but with time, like I said, with time, everything comes.
So what have your reign been like as, you know, Miss BVI 2014? What was that journey like was for you?
It's been amazing. Right now, I know you can look into my eyes and see that I'm super tired, and you're begging me for this interview, and I'm tired. I haven't slept in like 5 days. I just came back from JC's International in Antigua. I got top 5, the very first Miss BVI to do that. And then as I came back, I went and I opened up the festival village, Miss Patsy Lake Festival. And then I've been on a go. Miss BVI promotions, Miss Team BVI promotions, and I'm like getting involved in everything. So it's really tough, but I'm here. I love it. Now, as far as my reign, my youths of the BVI, my platform, that was my baby. I still have my dance group in King Garden Bay. Shout out to the King Garden Bay Baptist Church. You guys know that you're my heart. I always try to push for my platform to be promoted on every level possible. So yep, thank you for your support. And I also want to thank Project Lion Art. I also want to thank Craig Lake. You guys are all supporters of my platform, and I really cannot thank you enough for helping me to allow the BVI to see why youth empowerment needed so much attention. Thank you.
There you have it. But before we go in all of the shout-outs, we just shout-outs them yet.
Well, I'm still making sure that I give them a shout-out, because they were the main foundation from my platform, and I really have to thank them, because without them, I won't have anything to be able to showcase from my reign.
And I fully understand. So we're drilling into the question, were there any contestants tonight that you felt grasped your attention that they should win?
All of them. All 6 contestants were beautiful in their own rights. They're intellectual in their own rights. And I think that if we all come out and give them the support they need, we'll be able to see a nice, worthy title giving up from me. I'm not even sure if I'm going to give it up to the next young lady. I might let her wait till next year before I can give it over. But I'm thinking that on Sunday we'll have a good show. That's all I can say. I'm not passing out the secret. I'm not passing out the secrets. All of them are very eligible. All of them are worthy of the title.
So you know what's going to happen? I'm going to ask you about, contestant Ashalika. When she said...
Picking on Ashalika.
No, it's just a contest, just observation,
Okay, go ahead.
When she's saying, the BVI needs more,
What does she need?
energy, but with treadmills.
What? You didn't go there. She made a slight mistake, and she also corrected herself and said windmills after. Were you paid attention to
Because she's technically right, treadmills do produce energy.
Yeah, from your body.
Yeah, so.
Okay, but she changed her answer. And she
changed her answer after the fact that she said,
Why are you going to go do something like this with me on this interview? I'm not partaking in any of this. I am not. I support her answer for windmills.
Right.
And those questions, it's kind of hard sometimes. You're on the spot and we have to understand that the pressure is on and there's a lot of people watching and you're scared at times. But I really thought that those questions needed more content. But however, like I said, you're under a lot of pressure. And even with me, I'll say the same thing. Not all the time you'll get that perfect answer out. But don't worry, girls. Sunday, you have more than enough time to prepare and get yourselves ready.
Okay, another question for you. Like, what was it like for you when you ran, you won your crown, and then it was like, no, she ain't from here. Let me take back the crown. What was that like for you? Like, what were your thoughts, and what would you encourage the next BVI of your status, to handle that sort of situation?
Well, what I loved about the situation is that I don't know if you remember seeing the picture with my name and Tortola, British Virgin Islands on the jet.
Yeah.
Remember that picture?
I remember the picture.
That was the highlight of that whole situation. And I want to thank everybody once again. Yes, I did spend 6 years in the U.S. Navy. And yes, there is a jet right now in Russia with Tortola, British Virgin Islands on it.
With your name?
My name, Janine Jean-Louis. Now, with that being said, I am from the British Virgin Islands. BVI is my home. I'm a proud ambassador of the British Virgin Islands, nature's little secrets, 60 islands, rocks, and keys of pure beauty. And there wasn't any issue, at least not from what I
Not for you.
And I took it in with the best that I could have possibly taken it. And the last time I checked, the crown is still on my head.
It's true.
I'm done.
It's true.
Yeah? I can go now?
No.
No? Okay.
No, you're going to stand up here.
All right.
You know why? Because we're holding down with Miss BVI 2014
yes.
for KrazyHype.com.
Sleepy Miss BVI. I'm very sleepy. But I love you guys.
Yeah.
And like I said, I hope you guys come out to the show and have a great time. I'm going to pass up my crown. It's going to be a sad moment for me, but we are picking the next ambassador to support us and to represent us with grace, poise, love, and intelligence. So thank you guys.
So Miss BVI, you just held on to me like you know.
Oh, don't. I hope no one gets jealous.
No one. I told them about get jealous on your end.
Are we going to just say bye?
No, I'm going to say bye.
We're not going to end this off?
Still want to hug you a little bit more,
Goodness. Why are we doing this right now? Okay.